Alright, the next video. Corniest creators on earth. This one just came out recently, 40 minutes ago. So, Tawny NFG, of course, check him out. Amazing dude, been watching him for years now. Let's see it.
The internet is full of some of the best and worst people you've ever met in your life. And as time goes on, that distinction starts to become more and more obvious. But I should not be seeing a 7-year-old's comments on YouTube video. Why are we even sharing the same space?
Turkey Slurpee.
Yeah, that's a huge problem. It used to be like that just for YouTube, really. Because I remember, because I've been on YouTube, TikTok, and all that for years now. And it used to be that YouTube Shorts and YouTube were the main, like, kid-dominated areas. And now it's kind of, like, almost just completely 180'd. Like, the TikTok comments now are just absolutely horrendous. Like, and something that I came to realize that 51% of the internet now is just straight bots. Most of it just isn't real anymore. And it's pretty obvious to see that on TikTok because everything's just copy and paste of each other in those comments and just straight brain rot. While YouTube comments have gotten better. Of course, there's still kids and stuff, but like I think all the kids kind of migrated over to TikTok, and it's just horrible.
YouTube Shorts comment sections might as well classify as a daycare. On these platforms, there are also categories of creators that are some of the corniest videos you'll ever see. And of course you saw it in the thumbnail. The first we're starting off with is Looksmaxers. Looksmaxing creators weren't really that prevalent until maybe 2 years ago. I would say the prelude to it was those Sigma creators, which evidently were worse. But as soon as
Oh yeah, that dude, 2021, bro. It's mainly 2021. They went into 2022, but 2022 is kind of more anti-talk. Well, it was 2021, but still, 2021, the Sigma shit, bro. That used to be my shit back in the day. I was in, what, I think 8th grade, 7th grade still, because I didn't go into high school until 2022, so it was something else, bro. I used to just watch that shit all the time with my friends, bro. It was insane.
Clavicular started streaming and blew up, the whole community started to become mainstream almost overnight. Hey, we can say what we want about Clavicular, but this did single-handedly have a genre blow up in the mainstream because of himself. Now you got moms and dads asking their kids how to Looksmax and if they're sub 5 or not. As this category has grown, they've got their own little subsections of people that do it, with one of them being those dudes who get a funk sound on TikTok and stare at the camera with it. And they'll do this at absolutely any occasion they can. Graduating from high school and need to record yourself right before walking the stage, they've got that. Doing your job as a policeman but gotta stop for an edit, they've got that. In the bathroom after dropping the fattest ever and being in front of a mirror, they've got that. By the way, this guy on screen
25 max, if you know, you know. Just watch Gideon's videos.
Was a popular Looksmaxer on TikTok until May of this year, where his ex-girlfriend exposed he was buying cheese pizza content, and then Gideon confronted him on it, where he admitted he did buy that content, then got arrested on 15 counts of possession. Imagine being a conventionally attractive dude who has a good following on social media and could probably pull a lot of women in a snap, only to be buying CP content and ruin your entire life at 18. Usually this happens with older guys. I guess he wanted to speedrun ruining his life just because. And the worst part about it is, he started getting more followers after the—
Oh yeah, that shit was insane. I remember when all this came out on TikTok, bro, because I like to like stay in touch with all the types of communities because it's fun to look at all this shit. And when that shit came out, bro, people were just spamming in comments like, "Holo is innocent, free Holo," and just like, "Hello Mogs," or like, "Chad does what Chad wants." It shit was absolutely fucking insane, bro. Like, it is genuinely insane that people just do that. It's just got the complete, like, over the years in TikTok and stuff, like TikTok, YouTube, and all this stuff. Mainly TikTok, I'd say. And like, you can go on to Instagram Reels and see that shit too. But like, people have become so desensitized to all this stuff that they just don't care if you're a pedophile. Like Holo and stuff like that, he's a pedophile, and they just completely breeze over it. No one cares anymore, and that's one thing. Like with all the Epstein stuff, people don't care. They make memes out of it. Like memification and stuff like that. They just try to make jokes out of it to desensitize people, and it's just absolutely insane that there are conscious human beings that just don't care about this stuff. It's horrible and insane.
Arrest. I thought looks maxing was supposed to be about looks, and I would
Oh my goodness. Look at that, bro.
assume if you did something like that, you would get curb stomped by the community. He even had one of his looks maxer friends defending him and saying he should be forgiven.
I was just asking, do you think it would be a disservice if he was convicted and sentenced to a lengthy...
Dude, I saw this video too. It is horrible, bro. Like, people just literally don't care. Like, I guarantee you, this guy right here, he didn't care. And his content is kind of like something that... Because I remember when he first started posting, he tries to post relatable content that everyone kind of relates to. And then he goes down this, like, really alt-right pipeline. And he just continues going downhill and downhill. And a lot of people do it, whether they go down an alt-left or an alt-right. They'll start off, like, really simple and, like, just post relatable content that everyone can relate to, no matter political views or anything. And then they'll just go ahead and start posting more and more, like controversial content, and then they'll just keep going until, like, to filter out all these people, because they build up their content first so they can get more views and stuff, and then they switch over to their beliefs and stuff and start posting that.
prison sentence. Do you think that would be an injustice?
The whole point that I'm trying to get across with both of you guys is I wish that you could make an argument without reference to prison.
An argument without prison?
The
He got
demons on
charged
that?
with 15 counts! I don't even think EDP had 15 counts. He's lucky he's not getting the death penalty. If it was the Middle East, they probably would have stoned his ass by noon. His
They would have
friends
killed him, bro. They would have. If it was the Middle East or anyone else in the society that was brainwashed like us, and like they would have destroyed that man. He would have been already dead, bro. They do that with like anybody who's like a rapist, like people sexually harass, pedophiles, all that stuff. They would have already got rid of that dude. No one would have to worry.
An argument is he says instead of prison he should get rehabilitation and everyone can be forgiven for sin. As someone who's a Christian,
Prison is supposed to be rehabilitation, but it's kind of like, if you look into it, prison is kind of like essentially modern slavery, just for they have more people. It's really weird, but prison is supposed to be a rehabilitation, but they just turn it into something that it shouldn't be.
that is a mostly true belief, although it still varies by your denomination. Not every Christian believes that. But just because you can be religiously forgiven if you repent doesn't mean you can be forgiven by the law. Imagine we did that for any crime out there. Someone could commit a mass genocide and kill 1,000 people, and they would just hit the court with,
I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. Yes.
It's also true he could get both prison time and rehabilitation, so he doesn't do it again. So I'm not sure why his friend is trying to lay the option of no prison at all. You do the crime, you do the time. This incident showed the true degeneracy the looks maxing community has turned into. The amount of people defending bro is still crazy. Something that also hit the looks maxing community like a bullet is Clavicular's recent transformation. Clavicular recently got a nose job on stream to once again improve himself, and it's turned out that a lot of people are actually saying he looks worse off with it, and the nose job did not help, which is a problem for them because you know their mindset. You have to get everything truly maxed out to reach ascension. With Clavicular getting clowned on for his nose job, now they're all confused on why people don't like it. These dudes clearly don't understand not every person needs to change every aspect of their body. Sometimes things are perfectly fine. It's the equivalent of a celebrity randomly getting Botox and some surgeries thinking they'll look way sexier, only for people online to say the opposite, and the celeb being confused on why turning their face into a stone figure didn't help. Also, recently Clavicular went to Paris to do his own stream series and try to do the same thing he does in America, walking around the streets and flirting with women to smash them. But
America is a different place compared to the rest of the world. We're a lot more open-minded with this shit. People don't realize it, but like, you can't just like do what you do in America, go troll and do it like your weird content stuff, and like the rest of the world.
he got the exact opposite experience he thought he was gonna get. The girls were laughing at him, people were putting up middle fingers to him, which shocked his fans. It's not shocking that a country who doesn't really care about him and sees his stream antics is gonna make fun of him. Like, these dudes truly think Clavicular pulling women and them throwing themselves at him has nothing to do with his fame or money. His headquarters for streaming is in Miami. That's the hub of the most succubus woman to exist on the planet. If you post on Instagram you have a yacht in Miami, you're gonna get 20 DMs from some plastic surgeryed up women there. I'm not saying Clavicular couldn't pull at all without the fame, but saying it has no influence is crazy. The other category of looksmaxers that are corny is the racist looksmaxers. They'll make edits putting people who are less attractive of different races and then putting Clavicular or someone else over it. It's always alluding some or saying they have bad genes or whatever. Meanwhile, behind the camera, they look like Notre Dame and have no chance with these women. Like, bro, do you know how pathetic it is that you're flexing another man's looks and aren't even showing your face? It would be like me.
Racism is rooted in insecurity. Whoa. But that's a true thing. It's rooted in not only, like, you can see it in low IQ, but insecurity. So it's definitely something.
An argument with some dude and pointing to another dude saying, Yo, all right then, bro. Well, at least his over there is definitely bigger than yours. It also wouldn't be hard for me to make an edit like they do, but I'm not a cornball and loser. And these dudes be making these racist edits, but on the low, they're actually attracted to these people. But because they never have a chance with them, they make these edits to make themselves have more self-esteem and say they're still superior because their skin color. Speaking of racist, the next creators we got are the racist rage baiters. This is a genre that started to build more since 2020, and honestly,
since Elon Musk acquired Twitter/X.
These are people who's
oh my gosh, bro. Dude, X has the most unintelligent people in the world, bro. Like, we've gone from being, like, people, like, let me say it like this. Debates used to mean something. Debating used to be two people who have, whether it's opposite or similar or not as similar, like, ideals, like, clash in a debate with each other. They talk about it. They discuss it. And, like, you can look up these old debates, whether it's in the 80s or 90s or something like that, or 70s, and it's just like they're just saying what they need to say and, like, whether to prove them wrong or not. And the person would eventually, if they're wrong, they would admit to being wrong. And most of the time, they would probably change their views or, like, see it in a different way. But now people don't even want to do that. Like, it's absolutely insane. If people are, like, hard left or hard right, they'll stick to that no matter what. Anyone else is wrong and I am right. That's the entire thing. It's horrible. Such a horrible mentality. Like, people like Dean Withers or Charlie Kirk in them, like, or Myron Gaines, that guy, like, they debate with the purpose of just trying to rage bait, or not even rage bait, just try to, like, just say what they say and just not listen to anyone else. And most of the time, like, they don't want to debate. They don't debate at all. The whole thing they're doing is just spread ideals and try to get people on their side without trying to, like, convince the other person at all. It's just insane.
Entire content is basically made to provoke certain racists, and that gives them the attention. But anytime they don't do that,
Attention's
they get
a hell of a
no
drug.
attention, so they become reliant on that content. The biggest case this year of someone who did that was Chud the Builder. You've probably seen this story by now, but Chud the Builder was a streamer on Kick who walked around in the streets, and his whole content was literally walking around the city yelling the hard R at black people and trying to get a reaction. To which he would then point at his waistband, showing his gun and telling them don't attack or he'll shoot. Funny.
And I think a lot of people are confused about the whole thing about Chud the Builder and how, like, free speech. Dude, free speech doesn't equate to provoking people to attack you, dude. That's not how it works. Look this up. It's like actual law. Like, yeah, you can have free speech, but you can't just go around provoking random people outside. You can't just go and follow people around and, like, call them racial slurs and, like, attacking them in a verbal way. That's not how it works. That is just not how it works at all. And then they cry free speech. That's not how it works. It's absolutely insane that people think that just because what happened, like, they think, oh, free speech can ruin. Free speech was never like that. Like, it's just insane to just think about how uneducated some people are about these topics.
The thing is, a lot of the time, people would mostly give him no reaction or just question why he was doing it.
Somebody get him a banana. He's chimping out. Come on over here and chimp out. He chimping out.
He said, what's the...
And no one took him serious. People would
Let me go
troll.
back.
Try to get him a banana. He's chimping out. Come on over here and chimp out. He chimping out. He said, what's the...
And no one took him serious. People would troll him in real life, snatching his hat. Anytime someone did get close to him, he would start shaking and telling them to back up. Chud is the perfect example of a Twitter/X user escaping to the
100%.
real world and realizing no one is like their loser asses. They think just because Elon bought Twitter and pushes all of their accounts up in the algorithm and forces it in people's faces, that their echo chambers define real life.
Dude, I couldn't have put it a better way. Tommy is literally putting it in the most perfect way possible. They think that just because Elon Musk is like a little chud on his little app and made the app just so he can spread his ideals and push them, he literally forces it down their throat. Like if you look at comments on X and stuff like that or Twitter, it's filtered by the most like people who provoke things, people who promote his ideals, his like alt-right ideals the most at the top, and the people who are disagreeing with them at the bottom. That's how it's filtered out. It's insane. And even in the app, 90% of the time, no one agrees with them because you'll see them comment and do this stuff. In the comment below them replying to them, it's just absolutely ratioing the fuck out of them. It's insane. They think this is how the world works. But they just live online. It's... oh my goodness. Like, most of it's just insecurity, bro.
People got things to lose and people to take care of. Most of the time in any racist encounter in real life, people just pull out their phone and record them because that does more damage than any type of fighting. You'll get them fired from any type of job forever
That's what you
for the
need
rest
to
of
do.
their life. It turns out this was all a deflection of his own insecurities after he got exposed by two trans women who said they were with him. But one of them being a dominatrix.
Like I said before, it's their own insecurities, bro. Like, he went around doing all that stuff just to turn out he had slept with two trans women and dressed up. He literally dressed up like a fairy in the past, danced around, bro. It's their own insecurities.
And saying she knew him before he started streaming, and he would take things up the you-know-what, paying for these sessions. Another one also said they even dated for a while, with full-on receipts of it, by the way. If your career is gonna be to appeal to the most racist losers on the internet, doing it and having a track record like this is diabolical. Did you think this was gonna be the most accepting community ever? And he got gassed up by these losers telling him to keep being racist and making $5 per hour on stream. That he ended up coming across the wrong person and shooting at them, which has resulted ever since May of this year of him being locked up with a $1.25 million bond. Until that got canceled, because it turned out they got footage of him shooting at the guy before he attacked, meaning it wasn't self-defense. He was doing all these antics to have some viral case of him shooting someone in self-defense who crashed out on him after saying the hard R, only to himself over, not even have that scenario happen, and spend the rest of his life in prison most likely.
He's going straight to prison, bro. He's not coming out.
This has been one of the greatest hate watches I've had all year.
Oh,
Funniest thing about this is the guy he shot at was a disabled veteran. I thought these dudes were supposed to be all patriotic and support people who defend the country. Yet they take the femboy loser who shot at the man defending this country's side. I stand with the man who fought for this country and not—
They don't stand with their country, they stand with whoever has their ideals. That's the entire thing. When people get political like that, they don't care, like, whether they don't care if you're in the army or anything. They literally will call you a traitor if you don't stand with their ideals and not their country. Like, they only believe in their ideas. If you don't stand with that, then they won't stand with you. It's hilarious to see how idiotic they are.
The dude that was provoking it. His fans also made the case worse for him because they started threatening the judge for revoking his bond, to which she had to make a statement saying, "I will not be intimidated." Nice one, guys. You just guaranteed Chud a good old life sentence. I actually hope this is a lesson for any of these losers that their shenanigans on Twitter/X don't hold in real life. Another one of these similar race rage baiters is a guy called Kingman. His degeneracy is mainly on Twitter/X, and his whole content consists of anti-blackness. Like, he'll pull up false racial stats, only post things about black people who do violent crime. He also gets mad at black immigrants or any other immigrants moving to places like America or the UK or whatever, saying, "Why are you doing this and you're ruining the country?" Like, buddy, let me get this straight. You're complaining about other immigrants and whoever moving to America or the UK or Canada while having parents that are Asian immigrants. You can't make this up. The bootlicking has—
Like, it's always the same thing. It's rooted back to their own insecurities. It's horrible. That's why you just need to don't pay attention to them. Because all they're doing is just hating on themselves.
There's no end. He really thinks kissing up to these white racist type of people is gonna somehow make him exempt from anything himself. Like, bro, they don't like you either, gang. You're just a good chess piece for them. Meanwhile, in the streets, if they saw bro, this is how they would treat him.
Hey, that's racist. I love Germany. Don't become racist, please.
What the fuck? I saw these places, it was insane.
What are you talking about?
Where you from?
Am I saying everyone is racist in these countries? Obviously not. But my point is, the specific type of people he kisses up to will never accept him. Does he realize he could just hang out with non-racist white people and not have to put up with what he does? And when he gets called out by other Asian people saying he's just trying to kiss up to racist white people and he doesn't want to be Asian, he crashes out saying he's never wanted to be white and he's a proud Korean.
Like, I guess, bro, whatever you say.
Whenever he does get some type of racism though, he calls it out saying people shouldn't generalize Asians. Actually, let me correct that. He is racist to other Asians. It's just if you go after Koreans, then you know you're generalizing because they're the only good Asians according to him. I don't support that racism either, obviously.
That's nationalism. There's a quote, I forgot who it was, I can pull it up and find it later, but there was a quote saying, when a man has nothing else to be proud of in his life, he takes pride in his ethnicity and nationality.
But you can't be picky with who you call out. And the last thing we got is AI slot creators. As AI started to advance
Straight
more
bullshit,
and more,
bro.
we were probably primitive 6 months ago in AI compared to what we got now. More random types of slot creators are popping up in different categories. One of the worst ones have got to be those fake movie trailer channels. These existed in the past, but it was obvious the whole thing wasn't real before AI. Now with AI, people can fully make the trailers more realistic and basically generate free money for themselves while stealing someone else's copyrighted work. I don't even get the obsession of being so desperate for a movie or show trailer you have to watch a fake one.
Learn how to tell the difference between things that are real and AI. Because I've been fooled like 1 or 2 times before, like I'll admit that, but like I'm able to like definitely tell the difference. So you gotta learn the difference, otherwise you're cooked. We already have a bunch of misinformation going on. With AI involved in it, it's only going to make things worse. So just learn how to tell the difference between this stuff. It's not as easy as it was a few months ago or a year ago.
Doesn't that ruin the hype for it in the first place? It also dilutes the original work and makes it look dumb when you watch these trailers. Like, look at this Back to the Future trailer and tell me you find it satisfying.
This fall, time is running out of time.
Doc, there are hundreds of me in there. That's exactly the problem. The continuum's folding in on itself like a cosmic pretzel.
One kid in a red vest. A future beyond the future.
We have to go further than we've ever gone. 2 jumps ahead.
YouTube went on to ban 2 accounts who were constantly doing this, so low-key they get a W on that. One of the channels called Screen Culture had over 2 million subs and was literally pumping out trailers for anything. And it wasn't like the channel was getting barely any views. It was getting a good amount of views. You also gotta think of it. If your algorithm is tuned into, let's say, like Five Nights at Freddy's content, then YouTube is gonna see a new trailer dropped and push it to your algorithm so you can watch it. People were complaining all the time, telling YouTube to have these channels stop recommending fake trailers to them. But because it was in their algorithm and YouTube couldn't tell what was real and what was fake, you would get them plastered on your recommended feed every time. You also got those AI music accounts who post fake music of artists. They do this all the time for artists, and especially when it's dead artists. Juice WRLD is probably the most popular genre of it for some reason, and they'll blatantly post the songs with—
It's because Juice WRLD is very popular with children. Juice WRLD is very popular with younger kids too. Not only with like, obviously he's loved by the older generation. Most of my generation grew up on him, even before he died and stuff like that. Because we were like in high school and stuff when he dropped. But a lot of the younger generation, they love Juice WRLD, so they see that all the younger kids liked him. Like if AI was around before, like a lot earlier, then it would have been X that had all of the hype. It would have been like all of those people. It's just like it's targeted towards kids because most kids can't tell the difference.
AI'd over it. They also get to keep the profits of this fully to themselves, which is extra and unfair to Juice WRLD's family. He clearly wouldn't approve his voice being used for fake songs. Juice WRLD was someone who had hundreds of songs vaulted for a reason. He was a perfectionist when it came to his work. So seeing people take an AI voice of his
Man could freestyle for an hour straight. It's a true video. Go look it up.
Onto some random slop beat is sad. I don't care if Juice WRLD is your favorite artist in the world. Please don't listen to AI songs of artists. It's disrespectful to the actual work they put out there and wanted out. One of my favorite artists is MJ, and am I listening to AI songs of him that aren't real? Hell nah. I don't know how someone can run out of music for an artist that has hundreds of songs anyways. I've never felt like listening to MJ that the songs have run out. There's always something I could play. This is one thing YouTube hasn't cracked down on yet, and I hope it does. For people who still don't get it, think of it like this. Imagine you're a content creator and make a video talking about something that gets good views. Then some random channel takes your voice, runs it through AI, makes something similar, and you get nothing from it. Yeah, that wouldn't be the best feeling. Anyways, that's gonna be all. Let me know what other corny types of creators I missed. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
W video. Go ahead and check out my man Tony NFG. Great guy, makes amazing content.